A bookseller, a warrior, and a goblin with a silverware addiction are on the run as we follow our character Fern looking to see if she can find a better life. Here are reasons to read the fantasy book Brigands and Breadknives by Travis Baldree.
Cried Fern. Ducking back inside the carriage, a whisker before the clawed and scaled hand sailed past. A noxious ribbon of blood trailed in its wake. The owner no longer properly attached.
In this book, we're following Fern, who was actually a character from the prequel book in this Legends and Lattes series. This book is the third book. And she arrives to set up a bookshop next to Legends and Lattes, and then she has some kind of crisis in her life and gets drunk and finds herself on a wagon like a long way away from the little town. She kind of winds up with this crew of characters on her way back, and there's also like one of them who is trying to do a bounty on this goblin, and they have a bunch of adventures along the way in order to get Fern back to the bookshop that she was trying to set up. Now, this may ruffle some feathers because this book is getting some really good reviews, but honestly, this was my least favorite book in the series. I thought I was going to be reading about Fern and also more characters from Legends and Lattes, but honestly, she spends like maybe this amount of time with them before she's off on the adventure part of this, like away from them. But I will say this book is cute and it's filled with a lot of Baldree's found family tropes, so there is that as well. That is probably the best part about it. I felt like this should have been a book that happens later on, like after this book. This, like book number 4 should have been this story. There should have been maybe a lot more about Fern setting up the bookshop first and already feeling that struggle within her of whether or not she feels like she should be staying there. And there's a lot of swashbuckling in this book too, so it is fairly exciting. It's not a boring book, it just was off for me. My other struggle was I did listen to the audiobook as well, and I felt like I just got lost with all of the characters that were in this and all of the people that they kept encountering. I just didn't feel as grounded in this book as I did in the others, and that kind of made me sad. But it was still wonderfully read, and it is still a great read if you like the series.